So, when Christy first got this place in 1998, she rented it from Tom Rothrock, who was a producer of Beck and later on I think Elliott Smith. And this was the back entrance right here to Bong Load Records. Right in that room, directly through that door about 10 feet from here, was the warehouse where they had boxes and boxes of records. And one day I mentioned to John, one of the guys that worked here, how much I liked the song Steve Threw Up by Beck. So he went into the box and he got me a copy and goes, "Here, this is my lasting souvenir of that time." And for those of you who don't know, Steve Threw Up is the chronicle of this guy, Steve, who took 3 hits of bad acid and on a stomach full of every conceivable type of junk food you could imagine. And then he got on a carnival ride. Beck goes on to itemize absolutely everything he ate. And the moment that it all came flying out. Yesterday, I walked over to Alias Books, which is just on the other side of the building, right over here. And I got this book, Soma, by David Elspies. He's his credentials are this. I'll read you one. David Elspies has a master's degree in microbiology, mycology, and studies Sanskrit at the Naropa Institute. David has traveled throughout India and the Middle East researching this book. He was formerly a research mycologist for the FDA and has taught at the University of Colorado. He lives in New Mexico. So I got this book and had a really great conversation regarding psychotropic drugs with Patrick, the owner of the bookstore. So where I'm going with this story that I'm working on right now, which is called Minerva and Clarice, What's Your Pleasure? Chocolate, vanilla, or psilocybin. And basically, it's a comic strip that chronicles their experiences with psilocybin. All the revelations and comical terror that comes along with tripping on mushrooms. So this is the moment where I'm sort of crystallizing everything. I'm preparing the storyboards. I've already got the splash page halfway done. But now I'm making a sequential storyboard with all the panels, and I'm going to work it right here. And it's like, it's kind of coming full circle for me. So I got to get to work because we really don't have that much time. Time is of the essence, and then this is going to be a closed book. So I'm just going to get busy now. I'm going to call Marty now. It is Saturday after all. And got to get it done. here. There we go, Marty. Marty, it's Franco. I'm on summer vacation at a carnival in the middle of Los Angeles. Right now, I'm in Atwater Village at Christie's studio, but not for long. She and everyone else in the building got kicked out. She first got this place in 1998. At that time, she shared the space with Bong Load Records. After a few years, they left, but she stayed. As you can imagine, there's lots of stuff in here. Books, furniture, brushes, and lots of paintings sitting on the floor, stacked against the walls, and up in the loft that my father and I built a long time ago. When Bong Load left, a photographer took over their space. She mostly shot musicians for magazines, so there were always people from bands hanging out in the lobby where I am sitting right now. But that was a long time ago. At this moment, Christy and myself are the only two people in the building. While she's going through her stuff, I'm sitting by the window working on a comic strip about two young ladies who overdo it with the magic mushrooms and all the hot comedy that ensues. When I get hungry, I'll walk out onto Glendale Boulevard and get stuff to eat and drink for us. Today is Saturday, so that means the beautiful people of Los Angeles will be out marching around in the sunshine. One time, we were going to get a cup of coffee and Gwyneth Paltrow was sitting on a high stool in front of the Cuban restaurant looking like all of that. At that moment, I knew Christy wasn't going to be here forever. Soon enough, the vultures would be circling. This neighborhood, which used to be a sleepy little piece of nowhere near Griffith Park, is now a destination. So as I speak, we're backing out. Nothing lasts forever. We had a good run, but it's time to move on. But I'll sure miss the pizza. Later, Marty. Part of the story. Yeah. That's the plight of being a renter. You own the place is yours until the day it isn't anymore. And you have no claim on it. Happened to me just a couple of months ago. I was in my space exactly the same amount of time that Christy, actually a few months before, in 1998. And then I got the phone call from my landlord that said, well, we sold the property and you have to go. Typically, I was angry, and I was going to do everything to just, make it difficult for the new owners, which are just like, some corporation. But I accepted it gradually, and I did it. I got everything out, and it's over. That aspect of my life is done with, and it seems weird. I mean, I was in 3 different buildings on that street for over 40 years. And then it just ended one day. Well, I guess I'll just continue working on my cartoon. I might regret this later, but I really don't care. I want this so bad right now. There you go. Minerva and Clarice in What's Your Pleasure? Up to the moment. Now we got to get the hell out of here.